Hi, it's Miss Newman. I wanted to tell you we're going to do some experimenting today. I hope you're ready. All right, we're starting with some Hawaiian Punch. That's a lemon berry squeeze, and I add a little bit of water to it, and I'm going to mix that up good, and then we're going to go over and we're going to use a little bit of coffee and then some hot chocolate, and we're going to put that in our paint palette here to do some experimenting with. Okay, so now let's mix up that lemon berry squeeze and give it a try. Look, it's working, it's working. I can add another layer to it to make it a little darker, but it's very wet, so I think I'm going to have to let that dry a little bit. So let's try out the coffee. Now let's use the coffee and draw some tree trunks. Ooh, it's very light. I don't know if Miss Newman likes how light it is. So let's add some branches and see what we can do. And now let's add something a little darker to it. Let's use our Crayola marker to draw those branches, and it will blend with the coffee because the coffee is water-based and so is the Crayola marker. So that'll make the coffee a little bit darker. Now with the hot chocolate seems to be really light. I'm not very happy with the hot chocolate at all. I think the coffee's working better. Add a little bit more red, make it darker. Try out some flowers with the lemon berry squeeze. Smells good. That's one thing I like about painting with Hawaiian Punch is how neat it smells. All right, so I've stepped away from this and I went back to working on it some more last night. And this is what I figured out. I figured out the longer that you let the coffee set, so in my big container here, it got darker the longer it set. And if you reach down to the bottom, you can get the darkest of the coffee. Plus, I was impatient and I decided that I needed to use the brown marker more. So I used the brown marker, and I was really surprised because even like right here I used the brown marker, and after the water and the marker set for a while, it bled and it made it really kind of like smooth. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can zoom in some. All right, see how the marker even disappeared? It just kind of faded in and it bled in the paper. So I was really kind of happy. After it dried, it seemed to get darker. So I played with it some more, and I played with it some more, and I just kind of had fun. And I used the brush and I added on more layers, like, because you have to build your layers with this. So you have to apply more and then let it dry, and then apply more and let it dry. So that's kind of the way it works. You have to be patient. So you have to kind of go back to it. And I had fun with the red or the pink, and you see I played around with it, and then I put drops on. And look at these drops. This is so cool because the drops, I don't know if you can tell, the drops are very shiny. They look like they're wet, but they're not. I did this last night. So see, it's almost like I glued on, I don't know, some puff paint or something. It's got a thickness to it, and I don't know why it did that, but I love it because it's shiny. It almost looks like a sequin or something metallic that I glued on because it's puffy. So my experiment ended up working out pretty good. Now you can probably guess what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to turn it into a strawberry. So I've got to get my green out and do that. Okay, now this is going to be kind of unusual, I think, but that's all right. It can be different. So my strawberry is going to have like a greenish kind of top. Not work so well. It's not letting me color on top of the Kool-Aid very well. But my mother likes strawberries,
and she named our street Strawberry Court. And so I've always had strawberries in my life, and it's one of those go-to things that I always draw. You might have a go-to thing that you always draw, but there's mine. There we go. Thanks for experimenting with me. Have fun.